How's it, gamers, and welcome back to the Telkom Gaming Show, your weekly fix on all things gaming. So let's not waste too much time and get straight into it. Today we'll be checking out the brand new expansion for Company of Heroes 2 and looking at Bravado Gaming and Damage Control's online stores, also trying out the brand new HTC One M8. It's 1941 and the beginning of what will become the most brutal battle of World War II, as Germany launches its full-scale invasion on the frozen tundra of the Soviet Union, which will result in over 14 million military casualties. Yes, we're taking a look at Company of Heroes 2, the Western Front Armies for PC that puts players back on the western side of the war in this all-new standalone expansion of the game. The game includes two returning factions to the game, the Agile Americans and the German Oberkommando West Army. If you already own Company of Heroes 2, COH2, then don't despair, as you'll be able to buy the expansion through your game, which will unlock both races to play. If you have never played COH2 though, the game is available for 220 Rand from BT Games. Get the link in the description below. Now, we did experience a few niggles when trying to install the expansion of Company of Heroes 2. It unfortunately did not pick up too well. Nonetheless, Company of Heroes 2 has an awesome new progression system that lets you unlock different commanders' camouflages for your vehicles and other goodies, just by playing the multiplayer portion of the game against bots or other people. So remember, the more you play, the more stuff you get. The two new factions in the Western Front armies both have their own unique playstyle, but fall not too far from the tree when compared to the regional races introduced in COH2. The Americans are much like the Russians in that they are extremely infantry focused as a faction and use their superior supply points, size and movement to get critical points needed to continue reinforcements. The German Oberkommando West, on the other hand, represents Germany towards the end of the war and the nation that was starved of resources and supply and relied on bigger, heavier machinery to do the work for them. There are only a few different types of infantry up for grabs as the Germans, but the main power of the armies comes from their fierce armored weaponry. The two different factions are both equally fun to play in their own right and capture some of the spirit of the original Company of Heroes, which is what the community had been longing for quite some time. A fantastic expansion made for multiplayer. We gave Company of Heroes a 85 out of 100. For the full review, go to our website telkomgaming.co.za. With more and more esports teams turning to online stores as a way to support their gaming, we are taking a quick break from the DGL this week and have decided to dive into and review the stores run by the gaming powerhouses, Bravado Gaming and Damage Control. In terms of variety, Bravado Gaming definitely offers more in this department. However, that is to be expected considering that Damage Control store has only been in operation for a few weeks. Neither store offers the same mice or keyboards, so we could not compare them directly. However, we did take a look at how their prices do against larger online stores such as Takealot and Look and Listen. Bravado Gaming offers the SteelSeries rival optical mouse for a very competitive price, a whopping 50 Rand cheaper than anywhere else. Damage Control definitely have a very different mindset when it comes to stocking good mice. Instead of offering what everyone else is already selling, they have decided to bring in mice that you simply cannot buy anywhere else locally. For example, they stock both Myonix and Zowie mice. Both stores sell highly sought after 144Hz gaming monitor Asus VG248QEs. However, it is Damage Control who have the best on offer here, offering the screen for over 300 Rand less than Bravado Gaming. In terms of variety, Damage Control has managed to grab the win here by offering so much more in terms of choice. Both stores stock great MSI graphics cards, but again, the difference in mindset between the two stores shines through. Bravado Gaming have a much better variety and cater for gamers on a budget as well as top-end gamers. Damage Control, on the other hand, seems to be really focusing on the top-of-the-line graphics cards. For example, both stores sell the MSI GeForce 780 Twin Frozen. However, while Bravado Gaming stock the standard 7,000 Rand version, Damage Control have opted to sell the 9,000 Rand GTX 780 Ti instead. In terms of prices, Damage Control once again won in this category. We found the same model NVIDIA GTX 770 on sale in both stores, which was over 1,000 Rand cheaper at Damage Control. Bravado Gaming definitely has a much nicer website in terms of looks, readily available information and usability. Damage control is not far off, but if we had to choose a store based on the website alone, we'd choose Bravado. Agree with us, disagree with us, let us know in the comments section below. Stephen Ambrose joins us on the show and will be doing our tech slots in future. Now, Stephen is no stranger to the telecoms and tech space. He's been a CA and analyst for many years, appearing on TV and radio providing commentary on market developments. His love for technology led to writing about the latest tech, and he has become one of South Africa's most experienced technology journalists. Stephen has agreed to bring us the latest from the world of tech, and we're thrilled to have him. Over to you, Stephen.
I've got in my hand the great new HTC One M8. This is a brand new device from HTC. It's been out in the market a few months overseas, but it's just recently hit the South African market. And I must tell you that I am super impressed with this brand new HTC. It has a complete aluminium body, which feels amazing in your hand. It's smooth, it's sleek, and really amazing attention to detail in terms of build quality. To quote some tech specs, it has a Qualcomm 801 processor, which gives you incredible speed, great battery life, at least 20 to 30% better than the battery life from the previous generation M7 and phones, which is quite a big thing. If you're gaming, if you're using your device with a screen on, you want something with an extended battery life. And that leads to another unique feature on the HTC One M8. As you can see, it has two speakers, stereo speakers on either side of the screen. One of the consequences of that is the phone is slightly longer than the competition, and they surround the 5.1-inch screen, which is pretty much standard today. But the benefit of having the two speakers, especially if you're holding it like this for gaming or for watching video or for video conferencing using Skype or any other platform, the sound is exceptionally good. Controversially, the HTC One M8 still uses what they call the ultra-pixel camera. It is a low megapixel camera. You can now get phone cameras like this, the Nokia 1020, that gives you a 41 megapixel camera. This particular camera is only 4 megapixels. But what HTC have done and what they tout is that the pixels themselves on the sensor in the 4 megapixel camera are much bigger, in fact up to 3 times bigger than the pixels that are in the standard camera that you find on a smartphone. The benefit of that is it allows a lot more light in, allows it to be a lot better at difficult lighting conditions. However, there is one other unique feature. As you can see on the back of the HTC One M8, there's actually 2 cameras, not 1. The second camera gives you the ability to change the focus or the depth of focus on the fly from every picture that you take. So by touching the screen of the picture, you can then change where that focal point is. So if you want to make the background fuzzy or sharp, you can do that. And because there are 2 cameras, which gives you real depth of field, the quality of that feature is way in advance of what is possible from other phones who do that in software. Now, I've played with that feature. I don't think it's a killer feature, but I do think it's quite fun. It comes with 16 gig of main storage along with 2 gig of main memory, and the storage can be increased via the SD cards up to 128 gig, which gives you tons of room on the phone, tons of room for music, tons of room for movies, games, whatever it is that you want to use. So overall, my conclusion of the HTC One M8, having played with all the various devices from Sony, from Samsung, from LG even now, is that they're all great devices. However, the unique feature of the HTC is the sheer build quality. There is no other device quite like the HTC One M8. It is built, it feels like premium, it's built out of pure metal, it feels like premium, it's exceptionally easy to use, the performance is right up there along with all the other top models, and it's just an exceptional phone, exceptional experience, and it definitely has a shot of being one of the top smartphones of 2014.
We were also invited to the media launch of the HTC One M8 and caught up with Douglas Jewson, the HTC country manager, to tell us more about what the phone has to offer.
You can be someone who tries to change the trend, or you can be someone who goes with the trend. We're appealing to the people that want to be innovative. We're appealing to people that want a little bit more than what's out there. So I think there's a lot of people out there that don't want to be told what to do, don't like to be dictated to, who like to make their own decision, who like to formulate their own opinion, who have got enough savvy to pick up a book, read up on it, go on the internet, find out what the device is all about, and make their own informed decisions. And those are the type of customers that I really love to have, and those are the kind of customers that we want.
And that, gamers, is that for this week. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and keep your eye on our website for all the updates and news on what's happening in the gaming scene. See you guys next time, and cheers.